I've got the top 10 hottest pickups for this week in fantasy basketball coming up next on Beat the Odds. Don't go anywhere. Hello sports fans and welcome back to another episode of Beat the Odds. We've got the top 10 hottest pickups for this week in fantasy basketball. If you like this type of content, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so that way you don't miss an episode. I want to thank my community for casting 240 total votes that helped me create this week's list. Did you miss your chance to vote? Don't worry, we got polls coming out this week. Do you have a burning fantasy basketball question? Ask me on Q. Go to askmeonq.com/beattheodds-NBA, submit your question, and for a small fee, I will personalize your response and send it to your email. It's super easy to do, and it's a great way to get fantasy basketball advice while also supporting this channel. Now let's get right to this list here. At number 10, we got Vit Krejci. For all you deep league managers, search your wire for Vit. With the Hawks playing 4 games next week and Jalen Johnson expected to miss some time, there's a lot of value to be had here. The stocks are for real, and so is the 3-point shooting, so Vit might be the cheapest 3-and-D wing available on the wire right now. Now let's go to number 9, we have Tari Eason. Tari's production hasn't yet returned to the levels that they were prior to his injury, but that might be due to the rise of Amen Thompson. Now that being said, Eason is still a per-minute monster capable of giving you 3 stocks per night. His defensive upside alone makes him worthy of a pickup even if he's only getting 22 minutes per night. Moving on to number 8, we have Brandon Podziemski. Brandon's second season hasn't produced the development that we were hoping to see. Coach Kerr's deep lineups have capped many of the players' production, and when you add on the injuries that Pods has sustained, it makes for a disappointing first half. Now, should he stay healthy though, he should be able to work his way into a more trusted role in the second half. Let's go to number 7, we have Alex Sarr. Now, I'll admit I was perhaps a little too high on Sarr to start this season, although I firmly believe he can be a difference maker in blocks and will offer a steady source of rebounds. His shooting percentages make him much more suitable in points leagues. I'm expecting a second half usage boost though, as the Wizards are most definitely sellers at this deadline. Let's go to number 6, we have Kelly Oubre Jr. I think it's just time that we all face it. The 76ers are a mess, and Oubre will carry relevance for the rest of the season. We don't have an update yet on Embiid, and Paul George just injured his finger, so Oubre should slide into the second option behind Maxey for the next game or two. He's approaching 60% ownership, so this might be our last call to pick him up. Let's go to number 5, we have Nikola Jovic. Many are tabbing Jovic baby Jokic, but I believe the better comp is Santi Claus 2.0. Still, he has been carrying the load off the bench in Miami, and it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. The looming decision on Jimmy Butler will likely end in Jovic getting extra playing time one way or another. Let's go to number 4, we have Cason Wallace. Cason was our number 2 guard in the polls this week, but truthfully I'm not rushing to pick him up. Alex Caruso, Wallace's main competition for his role, is heating up and the team is starting to get healthy again. Plus, the Thunder only play twice this week. He's still a solid speculative pickup in roto leagues until we see how the lineup shakes out. Let's go to number 3, we have Jaden McDaniels. We see you, Jaden. His impact on the Timberwolves reminds me of the impact Draymond Green had with the Warriors during his prime, minus the playmaking ability. He's absolutely worth rostering right now, and he's going to make a solid hold for the rest of the season, so go ahead and get him. Let's go to number 2, we have Scoot Henderson. Fantasy basketball managers were rushing to pick up Scoot en masse when he went off for a career-high 39 points last week, but we may have been a tad hasty. With Chumani Kamara back in the fold, Scoot retreated to the bench where he posted subpar numbers across the board. I'm still hanging on as he is only one injury or trade away from being super relevant again. And finally at number 1, we have Kel'el Ware. There are some trade rumors circling that has Jakob Poeltl suiting up for the Heat, pushing Bam to the 4, and presumably sending Ware back to the bench. That would be the worst case scenario for a player that has been absolutely balling over the last few weeks. Now it's certainly a situation to watch, but I'm still getting as many Ware shares as I can until I have reasons to do so otherwise. And that's going to do it here for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video and of course subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm going to sign off for now, but I will catch you guys on the next episode.